always make comparison with themselves versus what they see on TV. And at that young age, it could work for you or it could work against you. I remember when I was young, right? I had small eyes.
Young? Aren't you still young?
Yes, I'm still young, but when I was much younger, right? I had small eyes, so
But
when
you still have small
I
eyes.
still do. So when I was young, they used to say, why? They said they call me
Chinese
Black
eye.
Chinese. I used to get offended about it, right? I said, why God make I look like Chinese? And one day now, right, I still got a primary school, so this high school girl, like three of them in the walk, right? And they look for me and they say, hey, they
That
say you look.
sexy eye.
Yes, they say I look like Usher. I said, really? Me? I look like Usher? I said, so I gone home and I look in at the mirror. I wait for the Usher video come on. I said, hey, I don't know if I really resemble this guy, but I look good.
What? You're big up now.
What after that, Miss Myrna? That's when I start to get my swagger and things.
What?
All the girl name.
You pull up your pants or you drop your pants low?
No, I start to dance. That's what I start to
Okay.
do. Yes, man. I start to be a dancing person. I start to sing. I start to do all kind of things.
Wow.
And then, so I use that as something where put my self-esteem to another level, right? But for other young persons, sometimes people would look at you at that point and say negative things to you, and then that person sometimes take those negative remarks and
Believe
then
it.
believe in it, and then it transforms to something else. What would you say to parents, teachers, and close friends and peers, the reason as to why you don't make negative remarks or comments at a person in general?
And I think this begins from the child is small. Parents like to tell them things. Look, man, you look stupid, you know? And they tell you all sorts of things, and then you start to believe it. And parents have to understand, children will take what you say seriously. And so what you say, you have to be serious about what you're saying, because later on, you can say, well, I never mean it. So you're going to tell them the nice things. You give them positive things. Oh, sweetie, you look nice. I like that dress on you. Or I like that shirt. You look really nice. And, hey, look at those muscles that you're getting, you know. But you have to believe what you're saying to them. You know, if you like something, you let them know. And if you don't like it, you don't have to say, why you do that? That looks stupid. You make it look like a cow. You make it look. Don't do that, man. Because it breaks the child's spirit. The child don't feel very good about themselves, and they expect only the negative things. Why you want your child to expect negative things?
Exactly.
And teachers, some of them, I've been a teacher for a long time, but I'll tell you, for some teachers, when you tell children, oh, you they act like this, and you use words and tell them things, it affects them because some of those same children don't go back to school. You understand me? When you holler at them and you make remarks and in front of everybody, why would they want to go back to school? You're supposed to be the person that's supposed to be helping them pass through the different areas that they should pass through, you know? And especially when, for example, when families sometimes are quarreling, and the man might say, that never look like me at all, you only ugly. Go find a pa. How the child feels.
I'm going to take that personal. Miss Manzanares.
Exactly, you don't say things to children when you're angry and stuff like that. You keep that or go walk it off, but don't tell the children because they will believe it. And so already their whole concept of self is changing. Not only what they look like when they look in the mirror, you know. Children who are a little bit chunky are telling you, but you're fat. And so they get in front of the mirror and boy, they feel bad, right? Or you're only maga. Mothers are how you so maga. Some children might grow up trying to gain weight.
How does, okay, we have our next question for a second giveaway for today. Crystal?
Yes, now it's time for a second giveaway. Sorry, we have another basket to give. But this time it's filled with snacks. You have Reese's, crackers, Doritos, M&Ms, you know, for the chocolate lovers, and you also have 2 barbecues from Tony's. And so the question for that, to win that package, is name one consequence of having negative body image.
One
So-
consequence.
Yes, any consequence, there are many. Just give one consequence of having negative body image. And the number to text that again is 623-8490.
Miss Marina, can we take a little focus a bit when you speak about body image? As someone goes, say for example, when you go through a traumatic experience and you lose probably a limb or maybe your face get distorted, you know, as a counselor, what is the process that that person goes through to not only rehabilitate that person physically, but to get them at that psychosocial kind of mindset to feel okay with themselves again?
Actually, what is happening here, it's a matter of grief and loss.
Okay.
You know, you lose something that is precious. It's like if somebody dies, you lose that person, and so there's grieving. And what happens in any pattern of grieving, and people display it differently. Some people get really, really angry. Why did this have to happen to me? I'm so stupid. Maybe it's something that I did or whatever. And they get really, you know, it affects them. Then sometimes they go through asking God, why me, right? Why me? Why they couldn't have been somebody else, but why me? Look, I don't have any arms. What am I going to do? Might as well I did, you know? My face is shifted. Sometimes when people have a stroke or we call hysteria, the whole face will twitch on the side. Eventually with therapy, it will come back. But at the moment, especially if you're young, you look different. Girl, they don't want me. The boy, they don't want me. I mean, you know, but you never think about what is up here. Don't you have stuff up there?
Yes.
Look at look at your mind, look at what you know, look at the talents that you have. And it's very important to understand that yes, you're going to grieve and it hurts to lose anything. But after a period of time, once you become accepting, okay, and you have to tell yourself that, you know what, I can't change, I can't put back on a real hand, but I could get an artificial arm. Look at the positive side of people who writing with their feet, you know,
that
or
is
with their
unique.
mouth.
Yeah.
That is unique.
I saw this, I don't want to cut you across,
No
Miss Mona,
problem.
but I saw this thing on Oprah with this guy that has no hands and no foot. And he really changed me because he said he was this happy person. I'm like, how can you be happy? And he's married and he can't even hold his wife. And he said, you know what I live by every day? He said you can either be sorry for what you don't have and be unhappy,
Be
or
thankful.
compliment yourself and be happy for what you have.
That is true. That is
So-
true. What we're going to do, let's get into our LOL moment and we'll come back with more of Big Chats right here on Love TV.
This that the rice and beans theory. You know, better sit down, pay attention to this. Are you a rice and beans girl? Listen to my theory and you be the judge. Every man, from good looking to ugly, to rich man, to poor man, businessman, to garbage collector. Even the ragamuffin got at least one girl where crazy everything. Always then they try link. Baby came with a moon bluster, no? Baby came with an iceberg, no? When we gonna say, babes, baby, when you know the answer, me. Babes, I heard it. And then the man say, aha, yes, baby, I just find my phone. Pick can't find my phone since last week. Well, that is the next. Anyway, for some strange reason, young girl just ate to my boy. But that's how it got sometimes. So anyway, that Friday night, my boy get ready to go party. Ring ring. Phone gone off. My boy run down to the phone. Man, we hope that the Alexia was supposed to drive down from up north with a bunch of pretty Renee. But when he take his phone, oh no, that's not Alexia at all. You know, that's Stacy, the rice and beans Stacy. And he always start the text the same way. Hey baby, what you up to? You plan to go nice city? XOXO. Always going through me out. You text her back anyway. Because she might just be your last chance for the night. After the club, time for party. Walk up in the spot like you the still. So as you get a phone ring, ring, phone gone off. That day you you sweating, that Kristen and her bunch of pretty friends, you try link you, but nah! That just rice and beans Stacy again, damn Stacy, text yourself. I want go, but my friend is set me up. I just chill more. My reach out the later. Our passy of babes. XOXO. Just about the time. You stop that shit, we good. Tell rice and beans up.
And welcome back to Big Chats on Love TV. And remember, guys, we're also being simulcasted on More FM. It's myself, Tyrone Chimilio, Haidia Galante, and Miss Myrna Manzanares. Miss Myrna, can we touch a little bit about, negative stereotypes that people face as it relates to body image? You have big body people versus small people. Sometimes it goes to the person's complexion. Sometimes it goes to what the person wears. How do you address that? Especially when you look at the influence of the media and what people see on TV, and then people tend to try to imitate what they see, and sometimes it doesn't fit them at all. But how is it when time you have those negative stereotypes and people sometimes they identify with those negative, and that's the way they dress, that's the way they try to look, that's the
They imitate.
Yeah, imitate, or that's the perception they would want to give other people.
Well, you see, when we look at ourselves, we are seeing ourselves a particular way. It might not be the way that you really are, but if you really feel good about you, you will see yourself, whatever you wear, that complements you. Now, like you're saying, some people see some fashion and stuff and they figure, oh, that looks good on that person. So they want to wear it. You need to look in the mirror and check all of the sides to see, does it really look good? Does the color fit my complexion? Is too much of my skin showing, and do I have too much stuff here? You wear the kinds of clothes that complement your body.
Everything
right?
in a style that not for everybody type.
Right. And for big people, solid colors, you wear your solid colors, not colors that are going all over a whole lot of flowers and stuff. You wear colors that complement you, and you wear more solid and straight rather than all different types of colors all at once. Some people think, oh, if I'm walking and I'm sagging and you got your pants all the way down here. When you got your pants all the way down there and you think, oh, the girls like, do you like them guys who got them pants way down here?
No.
You're seeing
You
the
like
crack
skinny,
out.
you like the skinny jeans
I don't
flavor?
like, personally me, I take that like, because I ask guys, why do you wear your pants that way? Because when I look up the history of sagging started from prison because there was
Exactly.
no belt.
And
So
they
why
need to
should
know
we
that.
use it as a style?
They need
Why
to know
should
that.
we use it as a style?
Plus, the big pants, them back then, the big pants keep you from running away.
Exactly.
You understand me?
And the skinny jeans, to me, skinny jeans are made for females to hug and shape the figure. So what figure does a man have to hug and shape?
That is
You
style?
know?
That is style?
but
yeah.
It's not because it's a style, but the important thing is to look at yourself. Look honestly. Put on the thing. You look this way, you look that way. Because I put on some things and my son said, Ma, you can't go out in that.
Well, you look to
I know their ways.
yeah, man.
I know because sometimes I have to check in with my sometimes while here to short thing. But anyway, we're not getting into that. Let's get into the drug tip and we'll be back.
If you're considering using drugs, you may be stressed. Maybe you just want to try it, or maybe it's because of peer pressure. Some teens use drugs to feel grown up or to rebel against their parents. Maybe they think drugs will help them fit in or be cool. Some hope it will help them do better in school or deal with stress. Some use drugs to feel good or to have more fun at a party or club. But the truth is that there are much better ways to do all these things, and drugs won't help. Using drugs won't solve your problems or make you happier. It creates unnecessary problems. So be smart and don't do drugs.
Mother time, how did they go?
All right, and welcome back to Big Chatz on Love TV. Shortly, we'll be getting into our music video, but we have to get to Crystal. Crystal, what do you have for us?
Okay, we have winners for both questions for kiss and our giveaway. The question for our giveaway is name one consequence of having negative body image. And that prize was won by Carlin Sinclair, and her answer was suicide.
Okay.
And for our kiss segment, we have our winner, Jael Guzman, and his answer was accepting your body and feeling confident.
That's a good one, accepting your body and feeling
That's
confident.
right.
So, you know, that's a good comment, because then at the end of the day, when you talk about body image, it boils down to the thoughts within that person's mind in the first
Right.
place.
That's right. If you see yourself as looking bad, it's just like a person who looks in the mirror and she sees herself fat, or he sees himself fat, when really they're quite skinny, but their mind is just plagued with, oh, I'm fat, and so they don't eat, you know. They with anorexia, they eat. We've had film stars or celebrity people
Yes.
who have starved themselves because when they look in the mirror, they say one fat person, right? So in your mind has to dictate to you, you know what? You're okay.
So then as a woman, what would be your recommendation? Because like you made mention of big and beautiful. And I see all women as being beautiful. That's how
I did tell you, easy.
Yes, man. That's how I look at women, you know. But then the way how sometimes the media would operate, you have to be
have a
skinny,
I
So-
know
and
that's
maybe
the
a little
reason
bit
why
brown
sometimes,
skin.
Like I watch like the fashion shows, and so I said they should have different body types. I mean, have some petite, some in between, and some voluptuous.
Yes.
You understand? I hate
I
when
will go to that
going to
fashion show.
and you know one set of body type is rocking the runway, like that's the only look.
That's right. They want me
know?
up there.
Yes,
Show them
ma'am.
a thing or two.
Yes, Miss Myrna. Okay, what, Crystal, do you have something for us right now?
Someone texted in and wanted to know if negative body image can affect your sex life.
Wow.
Well,
Great
I'll tell
question.
you, it all depends on you. If you are so thinking so much that I look bad or what have you, and you're thinking, you know, somebody won't want to make love to me or somebody won't want to touch me and all of that, then it will affect your sex life. It's you, the person who's thinking, right, is thinking that. The other person might not even be in their mind. You're the one who is thinking that yourself is not good. And if physically you feel like you're not good and nothing else is good about me, then it is going to affect you. But you're the one who has to be the one to get yourself together. Because if somebody else have a negative body image of you, that can affect your sex life if they're not you to think it, right? But if you believe what they're telling you, that's another story.
Yes. As the thing move happening, I said, turn off the light. Anyways, we have to get into our music video. And when we come back from our music video, Crystal will tell you a bit more about why we have a music video in Big Chatz for today. So let's go to the music video and we'll come back with more of Big Chatz right here on Love TV.
Yeah, come over. It's a beautiful life. Yeah, come over. Run over. Paradise.
Run over, just come over. Me have to give you some of the Rasta loving, girl. Run over, just come over. Girl, you know my love is so true. Yeah.
Come over. Run over. Run over. Come over. Me I give you some of this Rasta loving, girl. Run over. Come over. Girl, you know my love is so true.
Yeah, she's the perfect queen, in a bling bling thing. Rasta thing now when she interesting. Every night she running the way, just to get the righteous loving. Yeah. I wanna chat to her, love up on her. I wanna share this feeling that I have in my heart. Yeah, I wish that we can never part. So baby, can you come over a little while? Not have to tell nobody, keep a low profile. Your little wicked body, me want to touch your while. Cause baby, I'm loving up your style, yeah. Cause my loving go longer than the rivers of Nile. So baby, baby, please can we try to keep this love together just to last for a while. Yeah. Run over, just come over. Me have to give her some of the Rasta loving, girl. Run over, just come over. Girl, you know my love is so true, yeah.
Come over, run over. Me I give you some of this Rasta loving, yeah. Run over, come over. Girl, you know my love is so true, yeah.
I see you over there struggling, hurting, him treating you like you wasn't even worth the time of the day. Guess it's time for a change. Take you away, it's no sense taking the pain. Nope, stuck in the same revolving austere or suicide situations. That's not fair to you. So come over, let go of your struggles of the past. Those days are over. Fin now, finish, gone. It's all on you. It's what you want. Just say the word, we can change the world by the will of Allah and you beside me. You're an empress, me an emperor. I'm trying to see you out the stress that you're under. Come over, come over. I'll introduce you to the realest loving girl.
Run over, just come over. Me have to give you some of the Rasta loving, girl. Run over, just come over. Girl, you know my love is so true, yeah.
Come over, run over. Me I give you some of this Rasta loving, yeah. Run over, come over. Girl, you know my love is so true, yeah. You drinking pina colada, I'm sipping try to walk. The way your body reflect the light when we're in the water. You give me that feeling, baby, we can go farther. Cause when I try harder, you tell me don't bother. Even though I'm about the paper, it's you, baby. And all the other women hating, know it's you, baby. They tripping off the ridiculous things we do lately. Ever since you ran over and screaming, save me. She need a soldier, fit holder, like a holster, no Casanova. She getting older, don't need no joker. She need a Rasta, so me draw closer. Tell her come over, you know that. Me I give her some of this Rasta loving, girl. Scream Jehovah, touch her all over. Give her something that you know you're loving, girl. Come over, run over. Me I'm loving, girl. Run over, girl, you my love so true.
Run over, just come over. Me have to give you some of the Rasta loving, girl. Run over, just come over. Girl, you know my love is so true, yeah.
Come over, run over. Me I give you some of this Rasta loving, girl. Run over, come over. Girl, you know my love is so true, yeah.
Run over, just come over. Me have to give you some of the Rasta loving, girl. Run over, just come over. Girl, you know my love is so true, yeah.
Unity.
Alright, and that was Come Over by Junior
Run
Diesel
Over.
featuring T.Y. and Davin Hume. So tell us a little bit more about that, Crystal.
Yes, you on Facebook you can go and send us a message, and you can basically just give your favorite music video of what song you want to hear next week. So the most votes for whichever video will show on our next episode of Big Chats. And to go along with that, we have our winners of the Kiss segment, and that winner is Jael Guzman, and his answer was accepting your... Oh, I said it already, Jeff.
Yeah.
Sorry, just repeating. Congrats to Jael and Miss Carlin Sinclair. And that's it.
Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to tie up our Kiss segment. So what we're going to go to our Kiss segment, and we'll come back with more of Big Chats.
Having a positive body image means that you see yourself accurately, you feel comfortable in your body, and you feel good about yourself most of the time. Remember guys, having a positive body image is important to your health and happiness. So guys, accept yourself, love yourself, and keep it sexy and safe.
Yes, and welcome back, idea.
That was keeping it sexy and safe. Let's go straight to Crystal. Somebody takes in a question for the discussion.
Yes, someone asked, do you think your body image can affect your friendship with others or with people in public?
Okay, your body image, again, we go back to how you see yourself. But somebody out there looking at you, say if you have a best friend and hey, you look good, and the best friend may not look as good as you, and they get a little bit jealous, especially if you are just, rubbing it in that, hey, I look better than you and stuff like that. So that person will feel not as good as you, and so they might be offended by that. But then it's that person's problem who's offended. You don't have to add to the problem, right? So if somebody's your friend, and you need to look at what are some of the positive things about that person. In society, somebody is always going to talk about you, whether you look good, bad, or other. So you cannot dwell on that. People will put you down. They'll talk about you. I mean, whether you're white, you're black, you're Chinese, you're Garifuna, whatever, they are going to talk about you. But you have to understand about you and how you feel about that. Don't allow them to get into your system at all.
And the flip side with body image as well is the way in general how people may feel about you when you present yourself. When, say for example, you have a little African dashikian, and if you sometimes, speaking about styles, people have different clothes that they wear, and people would associate that image to something else, and then even though you might not want to treat that person in that way, the image gives off a representation of something. So for example, if sometimes you see people with tongue rings, some people will find it attractive, some people will be like, this is what that person into, that kind of way idea. So is it cognizant for you to look not only at yourself, but how do you make people around you comfortable with who you are?
Because when you walk into a room, that's you. You don't walk in with your head down and your feel. You walk into a room,